How are we doing, guys? This is Julien from Adrenaline Combatives. I just wanted to make a video to talk about 2024, where I feel that things are going for me, where things are going to continue to go, and the different trajectory that my work is going to take, things that I want to improve, things that I want to perfect. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. But so one of the first thing that I said to myself, 2024 is going to be the year of investment for me. So it's the year where I'm going to invest my time, my energy, and in some aspects my money as well, to acquire new knowledge, new expertise, stuff obviously that's going in the same direction of what I've been doing until now, which is protection and security. Now, I was having a chat with a good lad, Daz Norton, the other day, and I was saying the subject where I see the bulk of my work happening is protection and security. That's what it is, protection and security. Not only self-protection, because self-protection relates to protecting yourself, but also third-party protection, which is protecting somebody else now. So that's where we speak about close protection, all the stuff that I'm getting involved with as well, as work. And protection in general. And protection doesn't necessarily mean protecting something physical, like protecting yourself or protecting your loved ones. Of course, it means that a lot. And that's where most people think straight away protection means protecting yourself, protecting your loved ones. And it's true. It's true. Now, protection is a very vast subject. And, when we speak about protection, most people just think about fighting, how to fight back, how to fight the fight, how to defend yourself. And as I said in a previous video, if you're only training to defend yourself, then your approach to protection is very, very, very narrow, because you're only training to react to something that's already being done to you. Meaning that there was no pre-fight intel, there was no observational skills, there was no awareness, nothing was in place. If you have to defend yourself, if you have to react, then it in my eyes, it's too late. If you're dealing with an armed assailant, you already got stabbed, you already got shot, you already got slashed, hacked, whatever it is. So protection is a very vast subject because it relates to, sorry for that, I'm in the car. Protection relates to the bulk of the situation, how to be safe. I think that protection really means how to be safe, and that's why protection and security are very, very close to each other. And so that's where I see the bulk of my work, protection and security. Now, as a lot of you know me for being, Mr. Adrenaline Combatives, that what I do, the type of training, the martial art training, the combative training, combatives is maximum use of force. Lethal applications in order to deal with the worst case scenario. Combatives are great, when it comes to the physical response, then combatives are amazing. I love combatives, and I will continue to develop Adrenaline Combatives I will develop it further. I'm looking at a lot of different things. Most of you know that I have been, training with some of the top people in the industry. And I will definitely use a lot of stuff that I learned from those fine people, because they're very good at what they do. But I want to bring it my own touch. I want to bring it my personal touch, so that Adrenaline Combatives becomes, my baby. And not only a mixture of a bit of this, a bit of UC, a bit of Jeet Kune Do, a bit of that, a bit of that. I want to come up with my own syllabus. And for that, I'm going to need to continue training, to continue learning, to continue developing new skill sets. My understanding of violence, of psychology, of criminal psychology, the way that violence occurs, is already pretty good, but I can always learn more, and I will continue to learn. But in terms of the physical skill set, I'm going to use MMA. Not everything in MMA, because there's a lot of stuff that are not applicable for the street, okay? But I'm going to work with some of the top people in the industry to develop a street version of MMA. And of course, there's going to be a lot of elements of urban combatives. There's going to be a lot of elements of Jeet Kune Do and other things that I picked up along the way. But I think, and I said it before, I think in my sense that if you want to be complete as a warrior, you need to have a solid striking game, a solid wrestling game, and a solid weaponry game. Being able to grapple, being able to wrestle in any dimension, be it vertical or horizontal, against a wall in confined spaces, inside a car. Being able to strike efficiently and develop concussive stopping power in order to induce a knockout with any shots that you throw, be it with your dominant or your non-dominant side, from any range, in any dimension, from seated, from laying, from kneeling, from standing, and then obviously being able to put the two together, utilize grappling to get to a position where you can strike, utilize the strike to get to a position where you can grapple and wrestle, learning to throw, learning to fall, learning how to fight a standing assailants while you're on the floor, that sort of thing, okay? And then we add the weapons to that, a solid weaponry background, being able to use absolutely anything as an extension of yourself, be it, an impact weapon, a flexible impact weapon, a projectile, a shield, point and edge weapon, environmental weapons, I think it's chemical weapons, explosive devices, all that stuff is, okay, it's military grade skill set, okay, but it's good to have a bit of knowledge about that. I'm not saying I'm going to teach the last two, okay, but it's just good to know, okay? It's better to have knowledge not needing it than not having it when you need it and being dead. So all this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add weaponry to the striking, the MMA striking. We're going to add weaponry to the MMA wrestling and grappling, and see how it changes everything. We're going to take all the rules away from MMA, all the rule sets away from MMA, and see how it changes the dynamic of everything. The dynamic of the striking, the dynamic of the wrestling, the throwing, the grappling. It's going to be completely different. And then we're going to start doing that inside cars, inside confined spaces. Like the ECQC guys, the Sheaveworks guys that do an amazing job. So we're going to put a lot of work in, and as I said, I'm going to work with some of the top people in the industry. I got Andrew the Lion's Paw Devent, who's by my side, who's a great guy, who I became good friend with, and he's a or he used to be. You know, he's still the old. He's not old, but he's one of the top MMA fighters in the world, who almost made it twice into the UFC. And I'm fortunate enough to work with a man and to learn a lot of stuff from him. So I will train with him as much as I can, and we will develop Adrenaline Combatives further. So that's the plan in terms of the combatives. Okay, combatives is the physical skill set in response to a physical threat. Okay, now I'll leave the physical to the side. As I said, physical, just before that shit goes off, I put it off and on straight away. As I said, physical is a response and not a reaction. If it's a reaction, then we're talking about defense. If it's a response, then we're talking about offense. We're talking about a proactive physical dynamic, a preemptive campaign, and not a reactive campaign. Okay? Not a reactive physical dynamic. So now if we put the physical skill set to the side, we put it to the side, okay? And we speak about pre-event, what we can do before violence, or threat of violence, or before all that stuff takes place. You know, because like I said to you, if you get to that point, then it's too late. You got to fight. You got to either preempt or defend, but you got to fight. Now, there is a lot of things that we could speak about that relates to prevention, violence prevention, okay? That relates to protection, once again, protection and security. It all relates, even violence prevention is falling under the umbrella of protection and security, you know, in my sense. So I'd like to really get in depth into what could be done before the threat, before the altercation, before the stabbing, before the shooting. And if you are working as a CPO, as a close protection operative, then you'll know that very well. That, you know, if you have to fight, it's not like in a movie, if you have to fight in a CPO role, then there's many things that you done wrong. You know, if you got good understanding of mitigation, of prevention, of observation, of, you know, personal awareness, environmental awareness, situational awareness, behavioral awareness, being able to spot behavioral red flags in order to physically remove yourself from the situation before the threat of violence even takes place, then 9 times out of 10 you don't even need to use this. If you got good verbal de-escalation tactics, whether it's using partial compliancy or applied psychology or whatever you want to use in order to prevent the fight from happening and giving you a possibility to physically remove yourself, you and your family or anyone that's with you, then it's a useful skill set, and it relates to prevention. It relates to what you can do before the fight, before violence. So now going even deeper, if we speak about violence prevention, and of course there are people that are very knowledgeable about that, people like Richard Dimitri, people like Chris Robert from Safe International, people like Daz Norton from Fendo UK, that I'm going to be having a good chat with, and that we're definitely going to do something in the future, probably do a seminar. We thought about June, and I will speak about that in a moment. But violence prevention, you know, would relate to understanding violence, understanding what is violence, how it occurs, understanding where violence came from, how it's been developed into the psyche of the individual, and how to prevent it by educating people onto what violence is, where it comes from, and how to avoid experiencing it in the first place, because it's a wheel of trauma. Okay, it's a vicious circle that never ends. You know, as I said, it's like The father that goes to work and that gets shit from his boss all day long, gets bullied by his boss, you know, because his boss is getting bullied by the big boss. Yeah, so the big boss, general manager, is giving shit to the supervisor. The supervisor is giving shit to the father. The father is going home and giving shit to the mother. The mother is giving shit to the kid. The kid is giving shit to the dog. The dog is giving shit to the cat. And the cat is giving shit to the mouse. Can you see the cycle? So how do we prevent that thing from happening in the first place? By understanding that cycle, by recognizing that cycle and being able to say, whoa, 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 wait a second. We're entering that cycle now. We're entering that vicious circle. Let's just stop it right there and then so that it doesn't progress any further. Do you know what I mean? So violence prevention really goes deep into trauma and being trauma informed, understanding how trauma occurs, what it does to you, what are the long-term, the short-term consequences of trauma, but also the long-term consequences of trauma, how it affects your life, how it affects the people around you, like your family, the people that love you, the people that are trying to help you, how violence and trauma affect communities, you know, how people end up joining gangs and carrying knives at school from a young age because they don't feel safe, or because it's that gang culture that's being imprinted onto them from a young age. All that stuff, all that knowledge, and speaking about that stuff like knife crime prevention, gang crime prevention, violence prevention, in my sense, it's a very, very needed topic in today's world. And in that sense now, our expertise of protection and security can become much, much more complete. In that sense that we can really, really focus on the 3 times. And I said there is 3 times, okay? There is pre-event, during event, and post-event. Left of bang, bang, right of bang. Before, during, after. Yeah? And if we really, really want to focus on protection, on the subject of protection and security, then we need to focus on those 3 times and not only one of them. Because most people focus on the in-fight confrontation, the present moment, bang, yeah? And that's too late. Like I said to you, you know, if you got to deal with an armed assailant, you got to deal with an active shooter, or it's too late, mate. You're already dead. You already got shot. Somebody already got shot. So pre-fight confrontation, left of bang, before things happen, is where you have the most chances to see things first before they happen and perceive the threats, perceive the behavioral red flags in people, the anomaly, so that you can remove yourself and not become a victim of violence and then have to go through that wheel of trauma that never ends. That has happened again. So violence prevention is a big topic, and I'm going to dive into it as far as my brain allows it, because I believe that it's part of protection and security. It's part of that knowledge. Now, there's a lot of things to go through. There really, literally is a lot of things to go through. Now, let's put this to the side, okay? If we speak about post-fight confrontation, right of bang, after the event took place, when it's too late, if you've not done your homework, you've not carried out your threat analysis, your dynamic risk assessment, your OODA loop, your color code, all that stuff, then it's too late. The chances are that you got shot, you got stabbed, you got robbed, and it's too late. And now you have to deal with the aftermath of the situation. which very often reflects trauma, things that will follow you sometimes for years. Can be short-term trauma in the best case scenario, and it could be long-time trauma in the worst case scenario. And unfortunately, the worst case scenario happens a lot with trauma. The trauma can be psychological, mental, emotional, physical, sexual. It can take many forms, and for a lot of people it takes a very long time to get rid of it, to heal from it, to get back on your feet, to come back from it. People suffer from PTSD and all sorts of things. So I think that's also something worth talking about. The long-term implication of violence and how it affects people, and the measures that can be taken in order for people to come back from those traumatic events so that they can move on and live their life the best that they can. Because remember, the ultimate goal in life is to be happy, is to become the best version of yourself so that you can achieve the most and help others do the same. If you've achieved something, you got a responsibility, you got a moral and ethical responsibility to help other people, especially those that are struggling, to get to where you got, So it's not a race, it's not who gets there first and I'm better than you and this and that. I've left this mindset because I've suffered from this mindset. There's a lot of places still, even some places that are doing a really good job, but are still in that logic of I'm better than you, I'm the alpha, you're this, you're not there yet, it's all judging and dick measuring and things like that. So I left this mentality. I'm in here to do my best, become the best version of myself, being better today than I was tomorrow, train hard, get the most out of myself, become the best I can be, and help other people do the same and inspire as many people as I can. That's why I'm here. That's my mission. That's why I'm here. So, if I put all that to the side, the other things that I want to focus on this year, from this year on and from the years to come, are relating to combative training, okay? But not the unarmed combatives that I spoke about. The unarmed or the armed combatives with, the different weapons that I spoke about. I will get into firearm training. I'm going to go and train with some of the top people in the industry. I'm going to travel to do that. I'm going to travel to Lebanon. I'm going to travel to Thailand. I'm going to travel to Czech Republic. I'm going to travel to Poland, to the US. And I'm going to go and train with the best people in the industry, because this is what I've been doing for a long time. I've always had an eye for people that are good at what they do, and I know who I want to learn from, and I'm going to go and train with those people. It's going to take a while, it's going to cost money, but it is what it is. I will become a CQB instructor, and I will be able to teach firearm tactics in 2-3 years, if everything goes well. I'll be able to teach pistol, rifle, shotgun from the vehicle, inside houses, how to open close corners, how to all the marksmanship fundamentals, everything. I'll be able to teach everything. So that's part of the skill set that I'm going to acquire as well in the next 2-3 years, starting from this year. The other thing that I'm going to get into is the driving, the combative driving, so evasive driving, combative driving, being able to get away drive and drive like if my life depended on it. I'm going to seek that training abroad as well and here. So that's going to be part of Adrenaline Combatives skill set, stuff that I will be teaching. And the medical, the TTCC, the Tactical Combat Casualty Care, is stuff, and I'm going to seek training from some of the top people as well. So in all these disciplines, I already have some strong fundamentals already in all those things, but I am going to seek training to have mastery. So that these are the things that I'm going to focus on. Violence prevention, combatives, protection and security in general, but encompassing violence prevention, unarmed combatives and armed combatives, CQB, driving, and medical, and counter custody, escapology, how to pick locks, how to pick handcuffs, how to escape, how to evade, how to fight with your hand tied, things like that, which is stuff I already teach, but I'm going to get more deep into it. Crisis rehearsal is stuff that I'm going to be proposing, and then I'm gonna have to work on my PR, public relation and marketing skills, and how I'm going to actually get in touch with corporations and companies and people that I'm willing to provide that sort of training to. I already have a team, a strong team, and things are being put in place. I'm not going to talk about it until it's done. I just thought I'd give you a little heads up to what's coming in 2024. 2024 is not the money year for me, it's the investment year. Money will come. Money will come when it will come. I think 2025 will begin to be the money year. 2024, I'm willing to travel. So if you're looking at this video, I'm looking to travel abroad, everywhere where the wind takes me. Africa, Asia, US, South America. I'll go anywhere. I'll go anywhere. Anyone that's interested in me coming to animate a seminar and teach a seminar on any topic that I'm good at, okay, be it fighting in confined space, car combatives, bus combatives, bar combatives, weaponry, multiple opponent counter grappling, all that stuff, fighting in confined space, striking, wrestling, all that stuff. If you want me to come and teach a seminar in your country, in your city, get in touch with me. Just send me an email, Julien@adrenalinecombatives.com, okay? Or just send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or, wherever you can, and let me know. I'm willing to come and teach for free the first seminar, okay? If I've never worked with you before, I'm willing to come and teach a seminar for free as long as it doesn't cost me anything. That means that you have to pay for my flight, my accommodation, and my food while I'm there. Okay, that's my only request. I got another request. The other request, okay, is that you need to have a group of 15 people minimum and maximum 50 people. Okay, between 15 and 50 people. And you need someone to film it and take pictures, yeah, because that's one of my conditions. I'll do it for free as long as it doesn't cost me anything and I get some footage and some photos out of it. All right, guys, so I'm going to the US this year. I got my ESTA. I'll be in the US in Albuquerque, New Mexico by August, if everything goes well. We're gonna have some dates soon. Next month in March, I am in Cologne at Self-Defense Box with Dominic Lansen. We're doing a seminar there, 2-day seminar in Germany. I'll be going to Germany 3 times this year. I'll be going to Germany. I'll be going to Frankfurt. I don't really have the dates here. I think in October. And I will be going to Hamburg as well at some point. I'll give you the date. But so I'm going to Germany 3 times. I'm going to Republic Czech in July. In April, we have Mate Florin. Mate Florin, that's a great guy, very skillful guy that's coming to Manchester for a 2-day seminar with me, a joint seminar on weaponry. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Then I'm still waiting on my good friend Sergio Pereira from Portugal, from Martial Fraternity, Portugal. Great guy, good martial artist, Krav Maga guy, and good friend. And so he will give me some dates at some point soon for Portugal. And hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be doing a seminar for the police over there and for civilians like we did last time. And I don't know, he was speaking about Italy, so maybe we'll see what the universe brings. And so you see, it's gonna be a busy year, as it is. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy year. I'm gonna be traveling a lot. I'm gonna be showing my face, meeting new people, and hopefully on the back end of it, some things are gonna come out of it. If it does, it's great. If not, it's fine. You know, I'll have put myself out there, meet new people, and that's also what I'm doing it for. All right. So if you're interested in me coming to teach a seminar in your country, in your city, just let me know, and we can talk about it. Now, the other thing I wanted to speak about is I have a seminar with Adam Illich. I think I pronounced his name right. I'm sorry if I butchered that, man. That I've met at one of the Meat Master seminar where he did a marketing seminar, digital marketing seminar. That was very interesting, by the way, guys. Highly recommended. If you want to learn about digital marketing, go and see the Meat Master. The guy is amazing. His knowledge is amazing. He knows what he's talking about, and he's done it. He's done it himself. So I met Adam and his wife Claire at that seminar, and so I think in May, is it the 8th of May or something, I'm going to teach a seminar in their dojo here in the UK as well. So if you're interested and you're in the area, just let them know. That is that. There's a few more things. I will be organizing a seminar with Daz Norton from Fendo UK in June. We're going to have a podcast this Sunday, this coming Sunday. We're going to have a podcast where we can speak about stuff. We can speak about our projects and what we're going to put on there. I'd like that seminar to be about protection and many elements of violence prevention, so pre-fight prevention, the stuff that we can do before. And of course, we're going to have a work on the physical response, which is going to be more combatives based. Okay. So in terms of the projects, this is what's happening for 2024. This is what's happening for 2024. That's already a lot. And, if there's more stuff coming, that's great. I have people in Africa now that are being interested in what I do. I've had a few phone calls now already. So we'll see. I'm not saying anything because nothing has been concretely planned yet. But a lot of things are happening and we're evolving. Like I said, I am going to seek more knowledge. I'm going to train with some really good people, and we'll see what comes out of it. But in any way, things are very positive. 2024 is the year where everything is happening. Okay, so I can sense it now. I'm going places. I can sense it, and it's all happening. Trying with this thing, that's doing my head in a little bit. I'm just trying to think of something else that I wanted to add, but I think that I've touched on everything that I wanted to say. 35 minutes. It's a long video already. Well, to everyone that's following what I do, that's showing their support and following my posts on social media, people that are coming to my seminars, people that are listening to those videos, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for the support. It's appreciated. Without you, I wouldn't be able to reach people. Simple fact that I'm reaching you is a good thing. It's a positive thing. As long as I'm inspiring people and I'm helping people changing their lives and I'm helping people solving their problem, healing their traumas. Although, I'm not a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and I don't pretend to be, but I know that there is a lot of therapeutic elements in what I do. I know because I did it on myself. So I know that it works with people. And this is my way, this is my rent, this is my way to help people around. So like I said, I want to thank everyone for showing support and for sharing my videos, for sharing the love. I appreciate that a lot. And things are going to evolve more and more and more. I hope that everyone is well and, be good, listen to your heart, train, stay healthy, eat well, get enough sleep, drink enough water, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, always give a hand to people, always try and help people, it costs nothing to be nice. It costs nothing to be a good, nice individual from the heart. If you meditate. If you do your breath work, It's great, very beneficent. If you do your cold water therapy, great stuff. You'll get a lot out of this as well. Just be yourself and do your best. Peace.